really getting into that music. It's awesome. It's a ASMR type thing for me. Love the flute. I don't know what instrument they're playing right now. Hi, Chloe. Good to see you. How are you doing? Let me lower the volume on this. Oh, it's pretty low. Ooh, got bells and everything. That's nice and relaxing. How are you doing, Chloe? So we're going to talk about the obese robot clown spitting fire. Thought we'd talk about the what they call the walking fetus, Mark Zuckerberg. Look at the results we had, have some chat, invite people up for their opinions and thoughts. Thought the title was funny. Just we'll do the deep state obese robot clown spitting fire first. We'll see what your responses were because I remember what mine were, but I often forget what yours were. So let's find the deep state. There we are. Oh, I better. Can I pin that? Nope. Delete comment? No. For some reason I can't pin it there. Oh well. That's alright. Music is very loud. Hold on. That's why. Okay. It was way up on my side. Where did that go? That sucker. There we are. I like the image we got for that too. A lot of people saw what the image was, um, as well as seeing, what's going on in the with the deep state. Let's see if we can get to the beginning here of the comments. There we are. Destination B, 1441. So, was the deep state. Let me pull up the mind of the deep state as a collective. How is it reacting to the problems, hatred, to the public's hatred and lack of trust? So that's that's when I saw the robot clown, obese robot clown spitting fire. I was interested in what you guys saw and how similar the responses were. So let's see what we've got here. Mr. Super Sidewinder, Tokyo. Okay. Delve a little deeper into how these relate. Tokyo. Tokyo is kind of chaotic, right? If you've ever been to Tokyo or seen pictures of Tokyo, it's a chaotic environment. So, okay, that's kind of making sense. Hail Mary Pass. Go to his hell. Mary Lamb. So, Hail Mary is not, if you have to do a Hail Mary pass to win the game, that's not a good situation. So right off the bat, once we really analyze these responses, it's just looking terrible. Let's see. Chloe, the sun on sun or a star? That's what they're reaching for, eh? Is that kind of your interpretation there, Chloe? Sun or a star? I don't know. I have to try to put myself in your mindset, which is a little difficult. Off the Hook says opening a door. See, now that could be a good thing, could be a bad thing, right? Jojo says blue sky, white clouds, bright light. So it's not the chaotic world of Tokyo. Let's see. Rings of a planet. Maybe they want to go off world. I don't know. Creation. Yeah, they've done a lot like creation. Creation of problems. And I see our political leaders, says Pamela Jean. Yep. The deep state. Exactly. It's amazing how appropriate the responses are most times. We're running here around up to this point. Uh, 60, 70%. That's pretty high. Political leaders bang on. You know, that just pumps the rating way up. Hey, Mitch. Good to see you.
Hello, you too. How's it going in Canada land?
Going good. It's a beautiful day, but I'm just going to go over responses and have chats and see what people are up to.
I just caught a bunch of stuff going on through Idaho and a couple other states where farmers paid thousands of dollars out for their crops, for the seeding of their crops,
Hi, G.
and then the state immediately restricted all water. So these people are going to go bankrupt because they
Yeah,
can't
I
get.
heard about they're going to use that water for processing products, aren't they? They sold it basically to a company.
I'm not sure, but I know one of the best water aquifers that I get my water from just got tainted this week, and I had problems with water and had to travel 40 miles to get water.
Shit. That's the deep state for you.
Yep. We're it'll go really south the minute the people catch on to the water situation. It'll go south real fast. I'm talking like the people will go to the sheriff and make the sheriff get on it. The sheriff will go to the military and they'll just be hunting people down from that point on. Just like I told you, it's
Good.
not going to go down the way they think it is. It's just not. So
Good. Yep. That's what needs to happen is these people need to be put in their place, you know?
yes,
You,
sir.
you
You
can't
know you
can't
want to
just
know what's
steal
funny?
people's water and poison it.
Yep. You want to know what I see? That's going to be funny. Well, this is going to be a different type of time. I see some of these people getting forced to live, and people are going to throw rotten food and stuff at them.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm serious. I know it sounds funny, but I just see something
Blackened
different coming.
potatoes.
Yes,
Potatoes with
sir.
blight. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Well, we did the deep state. This is what we're going over here. The responses, and so far, the obese robot clown spitting fire is pretty much what we got for most responses. They're not doing well. They're, you know, they're in the middle of
You know,
Tokyo, and they're, you know,
here's what I find insane about the whole thing. You have people, these people have been on public television threatening us with tactical nukes and stuff if we don't give up our weapons. And yet these people are on TV. It's like, are you people out of your mind? This person should be in prison being convicted and swung right now,
yeah.
not
If you
on
want to
TV.
take on the government, you got to have F-16s. What
Yeah,
the
and
hell?
yeah, that's you know what I mean? That's out there, but that's part of the sign that you got to be able to see that it's
Mm-hmm.
over with. It's just
Oh
so
yeah,
outlandish, it's a joke. It's so
yeah.
outlandish, it's a joke.
That's yeah. That's why I saw a robot clown. It's just and they're driven by AI too. They listen to AI as a god, and it tells them to do these stupid things to try because they've plugged in all the algorithms and they know all about human behavior and all that. So their model will be perfect. And we'll be able to get them with this one. This'll do it. But once the gig is up, none of your shit works. None of it. You know. That's the thing.
Yep. Um,
You can't reset people like you reset a computer and start your game over again.
the best bet is making sure to grow plenty of veggies. Focus on that. You'll be all right. That's the biggest thing is taking care of one another with the food and stuff, and that's what they're trying to do is shake that out. So
Yeah.
everybody freaks out. The thing is, I could tell you personally from experience, just traveling from town to my home, there is an abundance of everything we need. They just have everybody brainwashed to pay for it.
Oh yeah.
I'm serious. If everybody did what they love
Well,
to
and
do,
they're poisoning it and killing it off though. They're trying that method though. They're running
agreed,
around
but
with their PCR
uh,
tests and stuff.
agreed. But if everybody worked together as a team to make the common goal a living,
Yep.
and everybody did what they loved, there would be no want. Like if you did, for instance, those little healing devices, I would
Mm.
bring you a bunch of my fresh food, which whatever I grew that you wanted,
Mm.
I would bring that to you for that product.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So Dan would trade Max a bunch
Yeah.
of healthy food that I grew for Max's product. So just because you're in the city, because you
I
can't
see.
physically do what I do, doesn't mean you're not of use. You just
Oh yeah.
transferred into a different type
If I
of
needed a
lifestyle.
broom, I could make a broom or, whatever,
Yeah. And they want that. See, they want that all fucked up because we start as a child learning all the way up and we
Mm.
learn these steps and we get to a spot. But the thing is, once we get to this spot, we're supposed to take over for the older generation. And the older generation is supposed to go into their golden years and sit back and tell us, hey, do this, it'll help you here. Hey, do this, it'll help you here. While they live out their golden years and we take care of them.
Yep.
That's how it's supposed to be. And
Supposed to
everybody's,
be.
it's, yeah, it's been spun out. And I don't
Yeah.
like it at all. And nobody wants to hear it. And all you get is bickering, fighting, and arguing. And I'm not interested in that.
Yeah. Yeah. Scarcity is just a total hoax. There is total abundance everywhere. And if there isn't, you can make it. We can create it. We're incredibly smart beings and we know how to do shit. So, and you look at what we've made so far, and what they're destroying now. I don't know how Scotty Boy ended up in a parking lot. Mount Fuji, so that goes off every once in a while. So a volcano, cord shaped, something metallic, cup shaped, maybe a shingle shroom. Okay, don't get that one at all, D. See prison or doorway.
yeah,
Okay, there we go. That's what
it's
is going to
it's
happen with them.
actually so important with the it's actually so important with the veggie stuff. I'm half tempted to go down to my greenhouse and dump out all my marijuana plants and take the dirt and transfer it into all vegetables to eat instead of
I got
marijuana.
a honeydew melon plant growing on my balcony. I started it in here. Now it's too big for in here, so hopefully I'll
Yeah,
get
I'm
some
severely
melons out of
thinking
it.
about.
I've been looking how to
Um,
pollinate it properly.
I see now. I just leave the stuff out in the wilderness. We don't ever have a problem with that out in the woods. I don't
Yeah, I'm up on the 11th floor, so it's a little bit of a problem.
know. I'm not familiar with that. I just do it the natural way.
Yeah, I was of a generation couldn't afford land, so since it kind
Me
of
too.
started a new phase or era.
Yeah, me too. My mom and
There
dad
we go.
slaved at a factory my whole life. They just got their first piece of land and actually physically own it.
Right on.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chloe here's got a good response. I sense it's going to start a new phase or era in time. Not going to be a celestial creation, more like humans encompassing their power of the all. So
Yes, we're
that's
going to be
good.
free, and
Yeah,
those who don't want to be aren't going to be.
awesome. Yeah.
Well, you could see it. You can see it. I'm seeing it right now. I'm about two steps just from walking away from the towns totally. Just
Trying to rate this, as I'm going along in my mind, I'm tabulating the accuracy of the responses, like how relevant they are to what we're talking about. Very high percentage, guys. For those of you that are here that played along. Frog's head speaking English. Oh God.
say what?
Scotty Boy he's kind of got the robot clown going on. He's got a frog's head speaking English. Just a ridiculous image. That's hilarious. But they're ridiculous at this point. They're just throwing shit at the wall to see what sticks. Like deep fakes and Biden's competent. Now he's done for. You know, then they have no platform or anything. Like these new world orders, this deep state, they're just flailing like
Yeah.
headless frogs, you know? Like image has something in the middle of it growing upward. Well, maybe they'll have a chance for growth. I don't know. They've got to turn around pretty quickly because, there's a lot of crimes against humanity that have gone on at this point, you know?
Yeah, I've been able to smell out some of their agents because of that. The ones that push for letting them get away with it, just forget about it, turn and go about your business.
Hmm.
Those it's setting off an alarm bad.
Yeah. You can
Yeah,
tell that like there is some out there that they're controlled, but only to a certain point. Like, a lot of these bigger channels and stuff, they get their marching orders too, but this is the one thing you can't speak about or can't tell the truth about,
I
and
went
you can see it in the channels if you watch them.
I went and got a corn cob pipe and I harvested a whole bunch of that mullein.
Yeah,
And I tell you what, you want to talk about a delicious tea and take a little bit, just a little bit of marijuana and mix it up with the mullein and break it up real fine with the grinder and
yeah.
it makes like a wizard smoke. Oh my gosh, I'm done smoking cigarettes that quick. That
Nice.
quick. Yeah, I'm done smoking cigarettes that quick.
What's mullein?
It's a super herb. You should check it out. It'll clear your lungs out. You can
Smoking
drink it as a tea. You
uh,
can eat it. You can smoke it. It's good stuff. You can use it as toilet paper. It's super soft.
mullein, mullein group,
What are you watching, big
mullein
guy?
the
What are you doing,
herb.
bud? Come here. Come here. Oh, look at the big guy. What's up, big
Okay.
guy? Oh, my boy. What's up, big guy? Big guy.
Mullein looks like comfrey kind of. It's got fuzzy leaves.
Yes.
There it is. Yeah, it looks like comfrey kind of, or what we call comfrey. There it is in its natural. That's cool. Yeah, the responses on Mark Zuckerberg were we did Mark Zuckerberg. That was hilarious. I can't wait to get to that.
Uh, I can't believe people fall for that crap. There was a
Hi,
federal
Karen.
program. Well, check this out. There was a federal program called LifeLog. People that seen it when it came out knew what it was in the CIA op, and
Hmm.
they were immediately knocked, and there was lawsuits filed, and they changed it and they shut it down. And overnight, you got Facebook. Overnight, you got Facebook, and
Yep,
they
exactly.
tried to make it look like somebody came up with it, and they just did the
Yep,
same thing. They just so all
yep.
that stuff's a fraud.
It's all a fraud.
Yeah.
Even this crypto, that's a fraud. It's all a fraud. Hi, Mary. Hi, Karen. Hi, Squirrel Sniper. Good to see you. There's a link here if anybody wants to pop in. Let's see, where were we here? Yeah, people are getting that it's a fraud. You can basically say that almost anywhere now, and people are not uh, negative about it anymore. You know, two sides, dark and light. Yeah, I can see that.
Go get him, Bobo. Bobo,
Hurricane image.
okay. Get him. He's
Wow.
already gone. Go get him. Bobo, go.
I see ink.
Yeah, it's about
Darkest
time.
on the
Go, folks.
desks. So darkness, okay. Mm. What's that? Temperance. Bible, question mark. You're dead. Maybe that's God's vengeance coming on them. I don't know. Fib your creator. Okay.
Yeah, I just
Madison
noticed the
down.
thing too from a couple states. I don't think people quite understand, how the wicked are going to consume themselves. Like
Yep.
you had one guy he killed 88 kids, and then while he's running, he killed two cops, and then two cops killed him.
Damn.
That's 5 people taken from the equation right there.
Yep.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Something growing upward.
And
Yep.
yeah, I'm seeing it going. I'm seeing that in a wide array of pattern by doing. I was taught a weird thing for seeing patterns,
Mm-hmm.
and it's wild, man.
So we got run down. I don't know what Madison is in reference to.
Good
Madison
boy, dude.
run down.
Good stuff, huh? See, it ain't that bad when you
Yes.
listen. Yeah,
Let's
good
see.
boy.
So that's
Starting to
about
get the
it.
hint.
So pretty accurate responses, I would say well over 60, almost 70% relevant. Ice a noodle with National Guard. Okay. I don't know what that means, but there's the
Um,
National Guard there coming out and probably taking care of the problems that are happening. The
I
National
just
Guard, is
caught.
that from each state independently, or is that from the federal government? Do you know?
Who?
Oh,
Me? No.
yeah, you.
Oh, National Guard is usually equivalent to each state, and it's for each state, and the governor is of that state is in control of them. So,
Okay.
like
So we're seeing.
like say if us Michigan people stand up and say no, we do not want our troops here, our troops
Mm-hmm.
ain't going,
Okay.
and so
So
on and so forth.
that's
Yeah,
that's very relevant then and appropriate
and
because that
they've
means that the National Guard would go after the deep state and say no more.
yeah, they're in violation of all treaties that have been signed throughout time, everything. I mean, it's pretty wild. So everything is just fraud. It's irrelevant. It's just time to build new. You know,
Yeah.
and listen, this is something else. Some really very intelligible heads were talking about. For some uncanny reason, everybody thinks with no cops and no government, everybody's going to kill themselves. No, that's not the case. I mean,
Nope.
no offense, but if you pay attention to what's going on, the cops and the government are hurting more people than we would just not having them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm serious. You can see it. There's no
Yeah,
doubt
you
about it.
you go to a free carry like a state where you can carry a gun. People do not really shoot each other. It does
Nope.
not because you don't want to get shot back. You know.
Nope.
Hi Trey,
That
good to see you.
that stuff is going the way of the wind. You might want to watch your government. I know here in America, we're buckling and folding the ATF and the FBI and the CIA. They'll be gone. They'll be tossed to the wind. It'll be something else.
Mm, yeah.
Yeah,
Well, those.
it's happened. I'm not saying we're not going to have a form of enforcer, but them guys are gone. It's going to be gone.
Oh yeah. All they've done is turned on the American people for power.
They turned on themselves. They're
Yeah.
assassinating themselves to cover up their crimes.
Yeah, they'll have to eventually. They'll have to
Um,
start turning on each other, and they are probably now.
I
We
could
can
send you
see
videos.
two sides of it. There's the Biden thingy going on. Where
These are
they're
just the fall guys for the
oh
criminal
yeah,
elite. Listen,
yeah.
I can show you right now. This is how sure I am that the ATF and the gun laws are going to go back to the old ways. You have guys right now that they trained, they sent over to all other countries and trained them to be killers. Now they come home and they make specialty weapons for service members and for police guys, right? The ATF has enough guts to show up at these guys' house and start busting their balls about triggers and stuff they bought offline because they're illegally tracking them. And these guys understand their rights because they fought for them rights and they tell the FBI, dude, fuck
Mm-hmm.
you. I'm not telling you nothing. I'm not giving you nothing. What are you doing? And it's on video. The thing is, there's so many of these videos. I mean, for crimini's sake, they're showing up to old women's houses about Facebook posts
Wow.
and the
Hi Dean.
jalopies that it's you'd have to understand and see the cycle. What I'm seeing, it's done.
Yeah.
They're delusional. They know as well as anybody else knows. All their laws are just to, like you said, just to enslave us. So
Yep. Hi Turmir. Yeah, they get us up here too. We have a huge gun operation up here where they take the air pistols and they convert them into regular pistols with convert like just basically parts they buy offline, so they can convert it into an actual handgun that'll shoot a bullet. That's and printing guns up here. There's no way really to stop guns at all because you can just create them, you know.
Yeah, that's why it's all delusion. And anybody that says they can protect you is lying to you. They
Hmm.
can help protect you, but they can't protect you.
Yeah, anybody wants a gun bad enough, they'll get one.
Yes. And that's where it makes it all fictitious. That's just to
Yeah,
control the good people. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So you want to take the guns away from the law-abiding citizens so that the criminals can't what use the long
Those, hey,
rifles and guns they can't get access to because they get shot if they tried, you know.
sir, those are all just brainwashing labeling terms to make
Oh
somebody
yeah.
think something is somebody else. That's the
Mm-hmm.
problem too. Yes, the words that they have us using are to
Oh yeah.
enslave us also. Yes.
I like when they went up in Congress and basically said if you put a stock on a pistol, that makes it shoot a bigger caliber rifle bullet. My God. The same question for Canadians is there going to be a civil war in Canada? Well, that's could be possible, Turmir. That is a possibility. We've got same divisions of provinces that you guys have the states. That's why they came up with. It was a joke, but it really rattled the Canadian Parliament. Diagolon, which scared the hell out of Trudeau. He even spoke about it to the press and in Parliament, where this girl during the trucker strike drew a line around all the conservative states um, in Canada and the U.S., and it made a diagonal line from Alaska all the way down to Florida, and they called it Diagolon. And you know, I don't know. I don't think it's that bad of an idea. A state of conservatives. We could break up those two sides of the country. We'd have plenty of ports and resources, and it'd be fine. We'd just join with the rest of the U.S. as one country. France is a mess, yeah. The UK, I haven't figured out what's going on there. They've got a new prime minister, but I don't know. I still have very, very little trust in these people at all. Any of them that they present before us, you know. Oils and ointments and butters, cool. Yeah, we still can't get rid of Trudeau, and
Good
the guy
boy.
we're going to
I knew
put
he
in
was right here.
place, he's going to probably end up being just another government shill. It's not the system we need. The system we need needs to be broken up. We
Ooh.
have a deep state that's really very good at keeping deep state. They only came out known to the people in the 80s. That's when they finally figured out that we had a CSIS, a secret service in Canada. So, and it's much bigger than people understand. So that has to be broken up as well. Canada's just as controlled as any other country, if not more.
Just ignore them. That's what I'm doing. They don't exist to me. It's like eventually they're gonna run out of food and everything, and they'll have to do what we're doing, live like a regular human being. You know, that's the way I look at it. I just don't pay no taxes. I refuse to pay criminals,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't get in trouble. I stay away from their court system. You know what I mean? I just stay out in the woods. Hey,
Yeah,
eventually, it's,
if everyone stopped paying their taxes, I don't know how long it would take, but it wouldn't be that long before the government shut down. Couldn't do anything. Fucked up the 80 and let the cat out of the bag. The
yeah.
Bolsheviks? Yeah.
And if nobody showed up for war, there wouldn't be no war.
Yep. That's my hope is when, they do these ridiculous orders again, people are just going to say, no way, we're not doing it. Because we know they're coming out with their next gig, uh, probably a new virus or something. And they got war on the table, but, they always have that.
Crazy. And I just literally right before I came on here, I heard that Chinese troops were on the ground in Belarus.
Yeah, that's a good place to stir it up. They've got nuclear weapons there that Russia put there. And the parts of the Wagner group are there as well. No, that's not the one. we go. Yeah, this was hilarious. Mark Zuckerberg. Um, a headless dog and floating head in space in a spacesuit. Bubble. White dog, brown spots. Where was it? Uh, Let me see. RJ did a really good reading on this one. Let's go back a little further. There we go. Where's RJ? Clone Lab shut down. This is on Mark Zuckerberg. Uh,
What?
everybody calls him a clone
Where?
or a fetus. This is a. Oh, yeah, let me share that. So this is a. Yeah, I'm sharing it. Yeah, the class we did on Mark Zuckerberg. So if there is a collapse of society and he runs to his bunker, what's going to happen to him? So he's pretty much going to be a headless dog. And then there's people talking about him having clone labs shut down. Um, Decrypt one day tours will be opened and the history revealed. So like after the collapse, I guess, or him trying to escape to his bunker, he'll get caught, and eventually down the road we'll have like how we have Holocaust museums and stuff. So Mark Zuckerberg will probably be like a Holocaust museum if he continues down the
Um,
path he's going.
they depict that in two movies. They depict that in two major movies. One of them's Idiocracy. They call it the Time Machine, and it's at Costco. And when they actually go finally at the end of the movie, when they finally get on the time machine to take the ride through the time machine, all it
Mm-hmm.
is a museum showing what happened throughout time. And they got a spot where they call it unnazify the world. They call it the UN, the unnazi the world or something like that. Unnazify the world of the UN, and it was making fun of it because they were the Nazis, and it showed a lizard. They showed dudes fighting a lizard, and they were talking about the UN. And how we unnazified the world and everything.
Yeah, could you? Could you? Yeah. Yeah, Princess Diana with the lizard thingy too. That's sorry, got
I,
interrupted there.
I think we're all part species of that. I think that's why we have like a tailbone and stuff
Mm,
like that. I think we're all,
could be.
you know, I think it's just a slow change. I think that's the unactive DNA part that we have.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think we're a chimeric species. Many different species of animal within us and capabilities of those aspects expressing themselves if they were, you know, needed or triggered in some way.
What happened when Incredible Hulk got mad?
Right? What if single military aged men from overseas are UN soldiers? Oh, that's most likely. A lot of the men that I see around here are
Say, don't.
probably UN soldiers. There's buildings full of them, and only them. Like they've emptied out, pretty much emptied out buildings and filled them with UN. It seems. At least that's
Yeah,
some of the reports I've heard around this area.
it doesn't matter. These people
Mm.
aren't skilled enough or educated enough to deal with what would happen with that. You know that as well as I.
Yep.
Get rid of their Clone Wars. Hey, there's your in the theory. There's your Star Wars, your Clone Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep. These guys
and
are doing
the reason
cloning.
well, in a form, we are cloning ourselves when we have babies. That's why our
Mm-hmm.
children look just like us. Yeah, it's a form of it. It's hard to explain. It's in the deep depth thought situation, but as a whole, if you're watching like the Ukraine thing, I think they're doing a mop up of our mercenaries, of the guys that do mercenary work for our government. I bet $50 that if you check right now, a lot of
Could
these
be.
guys are gone.
Could
Yeah, I
be.
bet a lot of these guys are gone that did, mercenary style work for the government through
Yeah.
contractors. I bet you a lot of them are gone.
Yeah, I bet you it's slated for one of the new cities too. One of the 5G cities. Guarantee it. That's what they're doing all over the place. They're clearing places out like Maui and all that. Places in
Yeah.
Canada, the U.S. They're doing it with fire, whatever means they can. Like they're clearing out Gaza to put in a canal. That's what they want is a canal, and they got people in that
That is
area
that
are in the way.
is that why it's flooded? It's flooded right now. Dubai is
Oh, is
flooded.
it
Yes,
Dubai?
sir.
Yeah. Oh, that
Yeah,
was
it's under
because
the
of weather modification.
yeah,
I think.
but we're
Yeah,
gonna get that some in our land too. It's not that they're necessarily doing it. I think that some stuff has been turned off and we're going back to the natural ways.
could be. Yeah.
I'm watching that here too. And it also another reason why I say that is it feels like we're going subtropical. With each passing year that goes by here in Michigan, it seems like we're going subtropical. Like this is going to be where the equator is at.
Yeah. At the moment, though, they're radiating the East Coast at night and parts of the mid U.S. down all the way from New York down to Florida and Texas. So that has a huge effect on the weather there. They're trying to cook you out because they have to prove their climate change, right? So they're gonna do it electrically.
Yep, I bet. Ain't nobody hearing them, man. They're done, dude. And everybody already gets that they're geoengineering the weather and tearing them
Yep.
up. And once the people get sick of that and get on board and realize, hey, wait a minute, they did this to me, then they're really gonna have a problem. It'll
Oh
just
yeah.
be, yeah. I mean, what are these war generals gonna do? Go float off on a ship, stay out in the middle of the ocean? Enjoy,
Yeah. Oh
enjoy.
yeah. They're gonna try a draft. That'll go
Yeah,
well.
nobody's gonna go. They're gonna tell them to F off, dude.
Yeah.
It's just that, yeah, what are they gonna do? Float out in the that's what's gonna happen. I mean, these ships are gonna sit at the beach just dead, or they're gonna float out to be whatever they think they are.
Okay. All right. Unfortunately, I have to go. I've got something come up. I'd like to thank you all for coming by. I might open it up later again. Uh, Things happen. Sorry about the short show, guys.
Take it
Much love
easy.
to you all. Have a good day. Bye bye.